Okay, I just wanted to talk a little bit about templates today. I've got a video coming up on using templates to build guitars. I thought I'd explain to you a little bit about what we can do with templates and maybe how they work for us. You know, I have a large collection of templates here. These are all made out of acrylic. My favorite now is 1/8 of an inch acrylic, but sometimes they're even as big as 3/16 or 1/4 inch acrylic. Got different types of templates. I have body templates over here, pick guard templates for custom instruments, belly cuts, all kinds of different shapes. And on the bottom, it's a really cool double neck template. Then there's also pickup cavity templates. This is a battery box. These are single coil and humbucker. This is the same kind of thing for another custom instrument I'm building. For touchscreen installations, we also have neck pockets and humbuckers with engravings for placement, control pockets, and then there's also custom instrument neck templates. These also have engravings for fret lines in them, and even headstock templates. So in addition to your standard acrylic templates, we also have these are plywood templates that are made from the acrylic templates. They give you a bit more thickness for cutting different depths. So if you're going to cut the shelf on a control pocket cavity, you only want that to be 1/8 of an inch thick. To do that, you either have to have a custom router bit or a thicker piece of wood so that your 1/2 inch router bit could only cut 1/8 of the material out. And these are easy to bake with our templates. Now to talk about the router bits we use. I really don't use very many router bits. You only need a few to work with. My most commonly used router bit is a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch template following bit with a router with a bearing here on the bottom and a collet. I also use very rarely a 3/8 inch version. These are both from StuMac. I also use a 1 inch by 1/2 inch template cutting bit, and then because I don't like to stick my bit way out of the router, it feels unstable to me, I have this 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch with a bearing on the tip, so I can turn the workpiece over and cut the last pass with that. I have a couple of just standard non-template falling router bits. These are for truss rods, things like that. And then you have your roundovers. This is a 3/8 inch roundover, the most common roundover you're going to see on an electric guitar. And then here's a bigger roundover if you might want to do something a little different. And then there's a small round. The last thing I want to talk about is how I have my router set up. This is just a standard Craftsman, I think it's a 12 amp router. I've installed this large 12 inch by 12 inch piece of acrylic on it. This gives me a lot of stability, so when I am on the edge of a piece, this thing is extremely stable with all this extra space on it. Really cheap, really easy to do. I just, got a piece of acrylic from online source and routed out a hole here and drilled the holes out. This is absolutely necessary, otherwise your battery's going to start to tip and wobble as you go down outside edges. And if you want clean looking workpieces, you're going to need to. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today. Just wanted to give you a little bit of a start before we go into my next video. There's not going to be very much explanation on that video. Just going to be straight ahead, doing the work. I will have written documentation on instructables to go along with that, and feel free to comment on anything. And if you want some custom templates, just send in your files. We'll get those made for you right away.